Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the first ever episode of Futsal Leader podcast. We are here with Ye and our interviewee.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Put a lead, your boy. Check it.
Yeah, so and this is the first ever episode of Futsal Leader Reactions, and we have the owner of the podcast, who is Prince. So I'm going to ask you some questions concerning your podcast. Yeah, who are you and what is Futsal Leader?
Okay. What's up, guys? This is the first episode, so of course, like our site, our environment is terrible, and everything is terrible. Maybe the sound is coming off very bad, but like this is just the start. The second episode, we're going to do something good for you guys. So this is just like an introduction. So, Put Leader Reaction Podcast, P.L.R. Podcast, P.L.R. Podcast. It's a podcast for MSU students. So this podcast is going to be for students here in Shawane campus, Gweru campus, Harare campus, and eventually Kwekwe campus. So this podcast is for us students. What we're going to be doing is every week, we're going to be introducing a special visitor to the podcast, a student. And when we invite them, we're just going to have a discussion. We're just going to be talking to them about their interests. We're talking about them, the life at MSU. We're talking about them dating, anything, music, anime, arts, what their interests are. So what we're trying to do is build a couch at MSU, a couch of friendship, of interaction, where you are able to share, where you are able to just interact with your peers. So the main goal of this podcast is for us as media students, for us to practice our craft, so that by the time we finish the 4 years here at MSU, we'll be able to say we acquired some skills on the ground training. So this is just the introduction to what we're going to be doing. Thank you.
Okay. That is very inspiring. Then the second question, what inspired the podcast?
Okay, the podcast was inspired by a lot of things. And one of my biggest inspirations to start this podcast is the Joe Rogan Experience. This is one of the biggest podcasts in the world. It's an American podcast, which is hosted by Joe Rogan. I think everyone knows this podcast. So I've watched almost every episode of this podcast, and I feel like Zimbabwe, when we're in Zimbabwe and we talk about artists or media people, we're talking about musicians only. There are no actors, there are no media in Zimbabwe, is just music. So we want to change that narrative, starting here at MSU. Denzel and I are going to change the landscape. We're going to change the landscape, starting with this podcast. So this is going to be big. This is going to be a big thing. Yeah. I wanted this episode to be here, under a tree, under this environment, so that when we look back at our first episode, we can say we've made it far. So guys, you guys just support us, and we're going to do big things. Trust us.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to go big. Yeah, the third question, what do you hope to achieve through this podcast?
Okay, through this podcast, from the bottom of my heart, I want to inspire the nation, the young people, students, MSU students, the school of choice or first choice. I want to inspire these students to show them that through media you can achieve so much. Through media you can change the world. So that is my biggest inspiration, to inspire others, to show them that they can also do what they want to do.
Okay. The fourth question, Mr. Prince, what are some of the topics you'll be touching on the podcast?
Okay, like I said before, this podcast is just for fun. It's just for fun. We're not doing this to get money or anything. We're just doing this for fun. But we know in having fun, we're going to achieve something big through that. Because like if you take a look at all the great people in life, you ask Messi why he started football. He didn't start football to get money. He started football to have fun. But look at him now. So this is what we're doing here.
Okay. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, I see myself as a public figure, an international personality. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing, but my name will be known. Remember the name.
Yeah.
Put a leader. Remember the name.
Okay. those are some of the questions I had for our first episode. So this is just an experiment, then, guys, and we'll look back to see how far we've gone. So I have one last question. Mr. Prince, is there anyone or anything you'd like to shout out?
Okay, first of all, I would like to shout out Imperfections. That's a brand for my G. That's his brand. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to shout out this guy. I would like to shout out to Tanazwa. This guy is the person shooting our first video. I would like to shout out to Tanazwa. I would like to shout out to Divine. Yeah, she's always my guy. Rasta, my guy. Prosper. And all my G's over there. We'd like to shout out everyone who's here to support us in our first shoot. So guys, I promise you this thing is going to go big. All I need from you is your support. This is just the first episode. Don't worry, you're not going to be seeing us sitting in this dirty environment. Our next episode is going to be in a proper studio. So what I just need from you guys is to like, subscribe, and comment. And we're going to make this thing go big. Trust. Thanks.
Thank you. Out.
Peace.